Good afternoon. Before I forget, I am going to just start analyzing the MES chart from now on until I graduate to the ES. I just think it's kind of a waste of my time. I don't really watch Max reviews anymore. And so what I used to do is I would compare how I viewed it or whatever with how Mac viewed it. And I just don't think that's relevant to my process right now uh, until I graduate to the ES because it's going to look slightly different and the entries are going to be different. So anyway, with that being said, I've been watching the MES all day. Then I would switch to the ES, and that just doesn't make sense. So anyway, you can see early in the morning, we had this spike in channel down, um, and that led up to the news item at 5:30, 5:30. So, I guess you could certainly consider this one, but you got 17 minutes until the news item, and it's just not really good. It looks like it only would have gotten you a scalp anyway. 989.75. So yeah, it only would have gotten you a scalp. So that's another reason to stay out of this. This isn't a strong bear channel. Look at how much overlap there is among these, 10 bars right here. Um, or even going back here, the 20 bars. Yeah, we're making lower highs and lower lows, but you got to be careful. So anyway, the news item comes, we hit a measured move up. This was just a range I drew from this high to this low. It pretty much corresponded to this sell-off yesterday. Um, so this had the feel of a spike in channel down. So let's see. Yeah, that looks like that's probably it. Um, had the spike in channel down. I'm not really sure you would want to be in any of this. This doesn't look too convincing to me as a doji among two other dojis. This looks like a two-legged pullback right here. So I would consider that. Your target would be, lower in this channel. You can see people just took profits right there, and that's probably a good 3-point target. 91. Yeah. Oh, just shy of 3 points. So if you got that bull bar right there, I think you'd have to close out with like a tick of profit, which is frustrating, but that's what you have to do. Then you can see this weak bull channel. Really, it goes all the way up. Let's see. So there's that. I'm not too convinced, but I'm sure some people were just drawing their line like this, and so uh, there's reasons to like this. That's about it in this channel, though. Then you get this. Everyone took their profits right here, and it bounces very strong bounce. So you would have to delete that channel after that. Bounce, come up here, pretty much matching high, but it makes a lower high. You come here, you get this doji, and then it sells off. This is a very nice, strong sell off. It's probably from here. And I started buying in here because I was looking at it as a range day. So I bought here, got stopped out, here, got stopped out, and then I bought here. and that ended up being the move. And what I talked about in my trade review video is, when you have that strategy, like I'm buying low because it's a range, but it's a pretty big range, like 17 points, so not huge, but pretty big. I probably lost 1 or 2 points on each trade, so let's just call it 4 points. I went for 4 points here. How much was my risk? Like, let's just say I entered above this bear bar. So what is that? 11 ticks of risk, something like that. So you got to go for 22. You got to double your risk. I mean, if you're playing it that way, which was basically a reversal, is what I was looking for. So you got the reversal, but I took profits at 4 points. I don't think that's necessarily bad, but I'm just trying to correct my thinking or reinforce proper thinking. So we get this spike and channel up. The channel turns out to be a midline. I'm not convinced by this bull move yet to go long in here. Here, I like this. Oh, that's aggressive. This is aggressive, but it looks like we're at the bottom of or at least that strong support. So I like that one. Turns out to be a really good move. And problem is we wouldn't have, well, I guess if you drew this channel and then drew the measured move, boom, you would have this trend line. But we get confirmation of the trend line here. That's, I like this personally a lot. In max system, you don't enter on these third entries, but I think this is a very good entry, and I like this higher low very much. Look, we have this bull leg up. We just corrected below 50%. This is not a convincing break of this trend line, and the upside is just so huge. So you would risk 9 ticks here, and I would say you could go for 27. That's like 5.5 points. Yeah, it gets you there. I think I went for I started to go for 5.5, and now that I'm thinking about it, or like 5 and a tick, and I just got scared and took profits at 3 points. But if you're playing it like a range, or not a range, if you're playing it like a channel, you gotta keep your profits until a new high or until the premise changes. And I think you see this doji, that could just reverse. So it's reasonable to take profits there. Get a second entry long right here. I wasn't too convinced by this bull move yet at this point. But that's a second entry. Didn't make a new low off the trend line. That's worth considering. You get a failure right here. You might want to consider that. Boom, second entry. At this point, I feel like the buyers are getting exhausted. Came up short once, twice. I think you're risking it here. I don't think I wouldn't be able to get long in here. We create this channel that goes up, and then we're going sideways now. I think you got to just call it a day after this nice move up is over. It's 12:20, so we'll see. Here's how it's looking on the daily chart. Big bull breakout. Very nice. So we'll probably hit this measured move, and that could be, a place where we turn down. This is a strong market. So anyway, hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back next week.